Hey everyone, it's Bree, and I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the SpiegelMom Scraps design team. And I am finishing out the Scrap Lift the Boss Lady week with this layout by Jody Spiegelhoff. And I'm super excited to share this one with y'all today. I'm going to be creating a Christmas layout, and I will be using the Sequins Snowy Fields as well as Holly Berries. I don't end up using Santa's Workshop. But yeah, I pretty much stick to her layout almost exactly. And she's got this bottom strip um, under the photo that it looks like pleated paper or maybe like a strip of ribbon or so I pulled out my ribbon that looks similar to what she's got, and I try to incorporate it, but you'll see here that it doesn't make the final layout, and I'll get into that in just a second. I'm using a photo of my boys. I had taken this in 2009. This was our Christmas photos. I just took them in the back uh, patio when we were stationed in Texas, and it happened to be it was so cold that day, so cold, and we got snow flurries. So I'll touch on my title that has to do with that, obviously, in towards the end of the video. Okay, so I'm going to be using some Christmas product that I've got in some past Christmas Hip Kit Club kits. And this is where I am trying to make this ribbon work. Now, I'll tell you right now why it doesn't. Cream and white. I just can't, I don't know. I've seen other people do it and I think it's great, but I don't know what it is unless I just had too much white, and then the white doily, which is also available in the SpiegelMom Scraps shop. But you'll see that I'm going to put it down and then I'm going to change my mind. Like, I tried to use my Hip Kit Club December daily kit or documented December, I forget what they call it, and it has a lot of cream elements. And I was also pairing it with some Pink Fresh Studio um, pieces. And what you'll see is Pink Fresh uses a lot of white, and then some of the pieces that I was trying to use were cream, which was more traditional. So I'll end up like scrapping this whole idea that you see here. So I don't even end up using these snowflakes. But yeah, you'll see my process. I left all of it in here, not all of it, but most of it. You can see where I choose things and I decide not to go with it. And I always like to see that process. Even though it is sped up, you can kind of get exactly what I was, not feeling, because I did think about it and I worked on it all throughout the week. And that's when I really gave it some thought and decided just to go stick with all white. Now, Jody also had some ribbon that she had put on top, like underneath her photo. And so I did the same thing, like I sewed it because I really wanted to have that dark blue. Because in the Pink Fresh Studio collection, I think this was last year's Christmas collection, it does have a lot of the blue. So I've already ripped up that cream because all of the Pink Fresh that I wanted to use all had a basis of white. And then you'll see, if you can see like on the left side of the photo is where that cream piece that I just threw aside, that's what I was trying to use, and it was just contrasting too much with the white and the cream. So this is where I decided to go with it. So I did still keep the basis of the pleated paper that goes across the page and underneath the photo. So I still wanted that border strip, and I fussy cut all these little presents as well as some other small elements or icons, and I am going to put them on a border to mimic the pleated paper or ribbon. I can't really tell what it is. So to basically mimic the same exact thing as her. I'm having a really hard time explaining what I did, so I'm sorry. But once you see me lay it out, you'll get the idea. So instead of using that, I'm still going to do it, but I'm just going to use a bunch of fussy cut icons and presents. So I'm cutting up all these little presents, and I'm trying to remember. I think I'm binge watching Gossip Girl for the like sixth time that I've seen the whole series. I just love that show. Yeah, so I just sat at my desk, and these presents are super easy to cut because they're just a basic shape. If it was flowers or something, then I would have taken it to the couch, but I just sat at my desk and cut them out. All right. So there has been a lot of great projects throughout the week. All of the sparklers have scrap lifted Jody this week, so definitely go check it out on the SpiegelMom Scraps Instagram, as well as the 15 Minutes to Scrap with SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook group. If you haven't already joined, definitely join. There's lots of inspiration, and yeah, you can check out and upload. And sometimes, well, right now I believe Jody is encouraging y'all to share some not products, projects so she can scrap lift one of you as well. So I kind of laid it out and then to see if it would work. And then I added some more adhesive. I didn't want to add too much because I did want to still stitch all the way through all my fussy cut pieces to still give it the look that Jody had in her original layout. So I'm just messing with the placement, and I'm going to kind of stagger and tuck and trim so that these presents are all evenly distributed color-wise and shape-wise and can extend throughout the left side of my photo and then all the way through my right. And I think this was Pink Fresh Studios last year's Christmas pack, or it might have been the year before. I can't remember. I've got all of my Christmas kits combined right now. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I do, or I did. Okay, so that little piece says you're on the nice list, and just looking back at this photo, my boys were so little. I think Elijah was just turned 2 and Noah was 4. And I had dressed them up in their little Christmas outfits that I got. I think I got it at Children's Place or Gymboree. I think it was Children's Place. And took them outside and we froze, and I snapped quite a few photos of them, and this is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, so I put down the ribbon that I had sewn. I got that ribbon at Target, like at their after Christmas sale last year, and I love that it had the blue that really tied into the whole other shades of blue in that collection from Pink Fresh. And so yes, it did not mimic, it did mirror? I don't know. It did match, there we go. It did match Jody's ribbon that she had down on her photo. And I kind of covered the majority of it up, but I liked the way the Be Merry ephemera piece looked on top of the ribbon. So I'm just continuing on with my strip of ephemera or die cuts. I'm just adding some more here and there. I do end up cutting a few more presents just to fill in some spots. I added that cute little postage stamp. And then Jody also had a grouping of embellishments up on the left corner, so I added that in as well, and I do end up sewing up there as well. All right, I'm just gluing it down. I think I have to go back and glue down that ribbon because it didn't really stick. All right, I'm gluing that down. It says good times, and then that other piece says I still believe, and I'm a little sad. Our elf came back this year, but they're getting to the age where it's not as magical as it once was. So I'm definitely feeling a little sad in regard to that. But it's still magical. We still do it. It's probably more for me than it is for them. But they humor their mom because they love me so much, and they just say, "Oh, look, Steve, look where he is." So it's funny. And that's our elf's name, is Steve. Okay, so my title is going to be Flurry Magic because there was snow flurries that day, and we had just moved to Texas. I believe this was a couple months after we moved to Texas. And so we're originally from California, and we lived probably 5 miles away from the coast. So we never saw snow, and I don't think I saw snow until I was 21, which is crazy, so crazy. But we were super excited to see some snow flurries in Texas, and not like it snows in Texas anyways, or where we were. So it was a great day. We froze, but then we also got to see some snow flurries. Yeah, so that's my title, and I think those alphas are some exclusive ones from Hip Kit Club. I believe that's what it was. I'm trying to picture the package, but I think it was exclusive. It's either exclusive or it's from Pink Fresh Studio, but I'm pretty sure it's exclusive. And I absolutely love that font. It is so fun, and it definitely matches the gold that I've got throughout my page. So I added some string to that little tag that says ho ho ho, and then I added a little present. Jody did also have some embellishments up on the right, and so I wanted to make sure that I had that as well. All right, and I believe it's time for some fun with my sequins. And I definitely don't use Santa's Workshop. It does have more of the pinks and the more of a baby blue. So I just chose to use the white sequins from Snowy Fields because it is a flurry kind of layout, and I thought that they looked like snow. And I do use a few reds and then some greens from Holly Berries. And I'm just sprinkling them around the page, adding them here and there around each embellishment cluster, as well as along the bottom of that little border or strip of die cuts. Oh, and then I forgot to mention, I did off camera, I did that stitching, and you could see the zigzag stitching that I've got through the border at the bottom, and then I did do some stitching up the top left as well. And like I've said this in my past few videos, still obsessed with my sewing machine. I want to stitch everything. Yeah, so this layout was so much fun to make. I loved it. I usually don't scrapbook Christmas layouts, or I don't make Christmas layouts. I have like a couple times, but it's usually not what I, gravitate towards. And I had so much fun with this one, so I think I'm going to try to make some more 12 by 12 layouts. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's see, my sequins, and I love how they look, the little pops of red here and there. And so I did want a little more white, so I'm going to take some acrylic paint, put it on my stamping block, and water it down a little bit, and then I'm just going to splatter some around the page. It was super fun to scrap lift Jody this week, and I believe this is the last day that we're doing it. So definitely go check out what the other sparklers have created by Scrap Lift the Boss Lady Week, or on Scrap Lift the Boss Lady Week. And we do have a hashtag for it, so if you missed it, definitely check the hashtag out so you can look at previous layouts. And that's about it. My code is Brianna15 to save you 15% off in the shop. Here comes my final layout. It was so much fun to make. Thank you so much for commenting, watching, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.